Welcome to The Explainer. We're going to dive into something really powerful today, a lesson about a simple but super courageous act. It's about that decision to look inward, to find that peace, the kind that always feels like it's just out of our grasp. All right, so let's just kick things off with a question that honestly gets right to the heart of what we're talking about. I want you to think about this for a sec. When you're feeling that anxiety bubble up, or you're desperately searching for an answer, where's the one place you almost never look? And yeah, the answer, for so many of us, it's the one place we literally carry with us 24/7, but it's often the most unexplored territory there is, our own minds. And that's exactly what today's explainer is all about, flipping that script. So, why the hesitation? What makes us so reluctant to just sit with our own thoughts? Let's get into that common resistance. It's such a human instinct, isn't it? The second a thought gets uncomfortable, what do? We run. We distract ourselves, we get super busy, we scroll on our phones. We'll do pretty much anything to avoid just sitting with it. But the core idea we're digging into today is all about reversing that habit. It suggests that real, lasting peace, well, it lies in the exact opposite direction. Okay, so if running away isn't the answer, then what is? This is where we dive into the core teaching here. It offers a path forward that's profoundly simple, but wow, it's completely transformative. This one sentence, this is everything. It's the central idea, this really powerful mantra for change. And see, it's not just some nice-sounding statement. It's a decision. It's a commitment you make to yourself to gently, and I mean gently, turn your attention inward. You're not going in expecting to find monsters in the dark. You're going in with a quiet hope of just finding some clarity. And the key word here really is gentleness. When we talk about looking within in this context, we are absolutely not talking about harsh self-criticism or dredging up every past mistake. No. It's about becoming a compassionate witness to your own mind. Just noticing what's there so that healing can actually happen. And this really lays it out, doesn't it? The two paths we have in pretty much any moment. On one side, you've got avoidance. And sure, it can feel safer in the short term, but it usually just leads to suppressed feelings and more anxiety down the road. But then, on the other side, you've got awareness. And that path leads to acceptance, to clarity, and to a peace that's actually real. And here's the crucial thing to get. This practice is not a band-aid. It's not a surface-level fix. By looking inward, we actually start to see where our fears are coming from, their roots. We can start to recognize that, hey, a lot of them are just illusions. They're old stories we've been telling ourselves for years. And that is where real transformation kicks off. That's how you find a peace that doesn't depend on what's happening on the outside. All right, I know what you're thinking. This all sounds great in theory, but how do we actually do it? Let's get into the practical side of things, the simple actions you can literally start using today. And honestly, this is the best part. This is not just some big philosophical idea that's hard to grasp. Nope, we're talking about a set of actual, tangible tools for your well-being. It's all about building a new habit, just one small step at a time. So, we can actually boil all the practical stuff down into 3 simple but really powerful steps. First, you observe. Then you reflect. And finally, you reinforce. Observe, reflect, reinforce. Simple, right? Let's break down exactly what that means. Okay, step 1. Observe. This is all about becoming that gentle witness we talked about. It could be as simple as a few minutes of quiet meditation, where you just let your thoughts drift by without grabbing onto them. Or it could be mindfulness in the middle of your busy day. That feeling of anxiety pops up. Instead of pushing it away, you just notice it, maybe even name it, and just let it be there for a second without a fight. The goal here isn't to get a perfectly silent mind. It's to change your relationship with your mind. Next up is reflect. So now that you've observed something, this is where you give yourself the space to actually understand it. Journaling, fantastic tool for this. Just getting those swirling thoughts out of your head and onto a page can reveal patterns you had no idea were there. Or maybe it's just taking 5 minutes before bed to think back on a moment you felt resistant and looking at it with curiosity, not judgment. This step is all about connecting the dots, turning that raw observation into real understanding. And finally, step 3. Reinforce. This is where you lock it in. You strengthen this new courageous habit. You could use affirmations to remind yourself of your commitment. Something simple like, I welcome my inner world with love. And, if you feel up to it, sharing what you're discovering with a trusted friend can be so powerful. It just normalizes the whole thing and gives you that support.
This is how you take one small act of courage and turn it into a habit that sticks.
So, after all this, the observing, the reflecting, the reinforcing, what's the end game? What's the ultimate goal here? What are we really looking for when we go on this journey inward? Let's bring it all home.
And this is maybe the most important point of all. So often, the reason we avoid looking inside is because we're terrified we're going to find something that's broken, something that's unfixable. But I need to be really clear, that is not what this is about. Not at all. The whole point, the entire purpose, is to gently peel back those layers of fear and anxiety so you can rediscover the peace and the clarity and the love that was always there. It's a process of discovery, not a process of judgment. It's really just about coming home to yourself. So to wrap things up, we want to leave you with this really powerful question, and it comes straight from the lesson itself. Now, this isn't something you need to answer right this second. It's more of a question to just carry with you. Think of it as an invitation to approach your inner world, not with fear, but with a sense of gentle curiosity. Because in the end, it all just begins with that one simple decision. That one moment of courage to gently turn your attention inward. Thank you so much for joining us for this explainer.